Okay, so this section's about box plots. So box plots are a standardized way of graphically displaying a vector of numbers. So here's a box plot template right here. So you'll have the Q1, Q2, Q2, Q3, and you'll have the IQR, which is the difference between Q3 and Q1. You'll have your upper limit, and then outliers here and over here. So the IQR stands for interquartile range and is defined to be Q3 minus Q1. The lower limit, this guy over here, is defined to be the smallest vector value larger than or equal to Q1 minus 1.5 IQR. And the upper limit is the largest vector value smaller or equal to Q3 plus 1.5 IQR. Okay, so let's just take a look at an example now. Okay, so first example. Okay, so here's our example. It's from practice quiz 3, number 1. It says let S be the vector that contains the points 7, 1, 10, 12, 0, 10, 15, 20, 60. So we have to construct a vertical and horizontal box plot for S. So let's first arrange the numbers from smallest to largest. So let me write that here. So doing that we get then. Okay, so I've arranged the numbers here from smallest to largest. So 0 is the smallest, then it goes 1, 7, 2 10s, a 12, a 15, a 20, and a 60. Now let's find Q2 here. So notice here that 10 is in the middle because there's 4 numbers this way, 4 numbers this way, so that's our Q2. Okay, let's find our Q1 next. So to find the Q1, we'll be looking at these numbers, looking at the middle value, which is looks like 1 and 7. Here's 2 things in the middle. So it'll be the average of 1 and 7. So it looks like 1 plus 7 over 2. So it'll be 8 over 2, which is 4. And let's find our Q3. So the average of these two, so it'll be the median of these 4 numbers, which is going to be the average of the 15 and 20. So our Q3 would be 15 plus 20 over 2, which is 35 over 2, which reduces to, well, if you change it to a decimal, it's 17.5. Okay, so let's keep going now. So next we'll find the IQR, so the interquartile range. So again, is defined to be Q3 minus Q1. So our Q3 is 17.5, our Q1 is 4. So let me write that here. Okay, so our IQR then would be Q3, which is 17.5 minus 4. So if you subtract those, you can check it's 13.5. Okay, next let's do 1.5 IQR next. So doing that we get then. Okay, so looking at now 1.5 IQR, because we're going to need this when we do the box plot. So it'll be 1.5 times our IQR, which is 13.5. So let you check if you go 1.5 times 13.5 in your calculator, you should get 20.25. Okay, now let's start computing the lower limit. So going back over here, the lower limit is the smallest vector value larger than or equal to Q1 minus 1.5 IQR. So let's compute this Q1 minus 1.5 IQR. So doing that, we get then. Okay, so I've done the Q1 here minus 1.5 IQR. Our Q1's 4, so I'm going to put 4 here in place of Q1. Then minus 1.5 IQR, which we found was 20.25. So it'll be 4 minus 20.25. You can check in your calculator when you compute that, you get negative 16.25. Okay, now let's find the lower limit. Okay, so to find the lower limit then, we're going to be starting at our Q1 minus 1.5 IQR, so our negative 16.25 on the number line. and then we're going to be moving up from there. So the lower limit is going to be the first vector value in dA we hit. So moving up from negative 16.25, so moving up this way on the number line, and here's our numbers arranged. The first number we'll hit is 0, because 0 would be here. So there. You'd have 1 and 7 and so forth, because you're at a negative value here. So moving up the number line, you're going to hit 0 first. So it looks like 0 is going to be the lower limit for this guy. Okay, so that's our lower limit. Now let's find the upper limit. So coming back over here, the upper limit is the largest value. A vector value is smaller than or equal to Q3 plus 1.5 IQR. So let's compute the Q3 plus 1.5 IQR. So doing that, we get then. Okay, so I have my Q3 here plus 1.5 IQR. So the Q3 is 17.5 right here. So Q3, and our 1.5 IQR was a 20.25 right here. So we're adding those guys. So when you add them, you get 37.5. And now let's find the upper limit. So let me write down here. Okay, so our upper limit, 37.5, sorry, our Q3 plus 1.5 IQR is 37.5. So we're going to move down from that value. And it's going to be the first vector value we hit, moving down from 37.5. So notice here, 60 would be on this side of 37.5, so it would not be 60. Looks like 20 is going to be the first vector value we hit coming down from 37.5. So the upper limit will be 20 here. Okay, so that's our upper limit. So we found lower limit, upper limit. Now I think we're ready to do the box plot. So let's do the box plot now. So let me erase a few things and we'll do the box plot. Okay, so I've drawn the box plot here. So the 4 is our Q1, so you got our Q1, then our Q2, which is 10, and our Q3, which is 17.5. Then you draw a box like this. Put a line here where the median is. And then our upper limit we found was 20. So you're going to do like a little arm here coming off that one. And then our lower limit was 0. So you're going to, again, a little arm coming off this one. So this would be our box plot. And you can see that 60 is not represented on here. So I could add 60 in over here. 60, say maybe there somewhere, I don't know. So I put like a little dot here. And this is actually an outlier because it's larger than the upper limit. So this would be outlier. So let me write that. Yeah, so 60 is the outlier. So any values that are larger than the upper limit or lower than the lower limit would be outliers. You can see there's nothing less than 0 in our data set up here in our vector. So there'll be no outliers on this side. This would be called a horizontal box plot. Let me do a vertical one next. Okay, so I've done a vertical box plot over here. So it's pretty much just like this one we just done, just turning it sideways. So it's a vertical now. So you still have your 0, 4. So 4 again is the Q1, Q2, Q3. This is the upper limit. 0 is the lower limit. 60 is the outlier. So you draw your box with the Q1, Q2, and Q3. Then you draw the arms coming off it for the upper limit and lower limit. Then we have our outlier up here. Okay, so we're done with the question. So let's leave the video there.